Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. I had a request from a subscriber, and if I say your name wrong, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Jeannette, who I think it was on my pinto beans video, I showed that we also had fried okra, and she said she would love to see how I fried my okra. So this okra actually came from our garden, and I washed it real good, just as if I bought it from the store. I washed it real good, and I cut it up, and I like mine fairly thin, not real thick, but fairly thin. And then after I got it cut up, I took a paper towel, wet it, and squeezed out all the water, and then laid it directly on top, and just kept it in the refrigerator for a few hours until I was ready to cook it. Now, if I bought cut up okra that was frozen, I leave it out on the counter and let it partially thaw so my coating will stick to it. So, I'm going to season it with some salt, and some pepper, a little bit of onion powder, just to give it that onion taste, a little bit, not a lot. And then also a little bit of this adobo that has garlic and all in it. And it also has some black pepper in it too, this kind does. But just a little bit, because I don't want it to be overpowering with it. And then I'm going to give that a good mix so everything gets coated. And then I like to use cornmeal and flour on mine. So first I take my cornmeal and just sprinkle over a little bit and toss it. That'll help give it that little bit of a crunch. And I can tell I'm going to need more. I don't want to completely just coat it, but lightly coat almost each piece. Give that a very good toss to lightly coat each one. That looks good. And then the same thing with my flour. It's hard to give measurements on this because it depends on how much okra you're frying. But this looks good. It's not overly coated. It's just coated enough. And just toss it well. And now we're going to heat up our frying pan. And okra seems like it likes to soak up the oil. But in my frying pan over like medium-high heat, I'm going to use just a little bit of olive oil. And then the rest, whatever kind of oil that you like to fry your stuff in. And I do add a good bit of it, because it seems like to me if I don't, it burns easy. And we're going to let this heat up, not till it's smoking hot or anything like that, but just till the oil gets good and heated. And I'll show you how I test that when it gets there. It's almost there. Okay, just take a piece of okra. Didn't start sizzling real good, so I'm going to wait a few more seconds. Right, that piece in there is starting to sizzle, so let me test it again. A few more seconds. Alright, now I'm slowly going to add some of my okra, not all of it. So I don't want the heat of the temperature of the oil to go down. Give it just a few seconds and then add a little bit more. And see, really no, that's just seeds from the okra. So really not a lot of flour or cornmeal left over. Now I'm not going to just stir this like crazy. You see in here, I'm just going to even it out. And then when I see it, about 3 or 4 minutes, it will kind of starting to brown up just a little bit. I don't want it all the way brown, then I'll flip it over. I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm ready to turn it. See, it's just, if you can see, starting to turn a little bit brown. and then I'll continue on like that till it almost gets done, and then I'll stir it like regularly because I like mine crispy, and a lot of people don't, so it just depends on how you like it, but I kind of like mine crunchy. So I'll bring you back when it gets about that time, but like kind of stay with it because it will burn easy because of the flour and cornmeal on it. Alright, I've done turned my okra a couple of times, and now you kind of want to stay with it because if you don't, it will burn quick. So now I will like turn it about every minute. I'm going to make sure it all evenly cooks. Now remember, this is just how I cook it. And to me, fresh okra will fry up different than frozen okra. Frozen okra will fry up. You can't get it real crisp because it's real thick. But once this is to the doneness that we like, I'll bring you back. Okay, I just want to show you. Now this is how I like it. But I was filming the ending of another video, and so you really want to stay with it. But this is exactly how I like it. It's all evenly cooked. So now I'm going to drain it on some paper toweling, and then we'll be ready to eat. Okay, I'm holding this hot pan, but I just wanted to show y'all. You saw how much oil I put in at the beginning, and see, it's just about all still there. It soaked up just a tiny bit. But if your oil is hot enough, and you don't just stir it right when it's first starting to cook, just like potatoes, it won't soak up all of your oil. If you put it in there with your oils cold, it's really going to soak it up. So make sure that it's not just screaming hot and smoking hot, but that it's hot enough, and when you first put something in there, even like your potatoes, just don't keep stirring it and stirring it. And here's my finished meal. This is a good old country vegetable plate for me. But Ricky and Alex, they have to have meat with every meal, so they're having hamburger steak. So let me try my okra. Like I say, I like it crispy. And it is so good. If you don't like yours that crispy, then you won't have to cook it as long. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the request, Jeannette. And please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload another video. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, I hope you enjoy. Bye, y'all.